This video contains mature and/or graphic content. Parents are advised that these images may not be suitable for young children.
We're going to start today not dealing directly with the election, but we are going to discuss Dr. Andrew Ordon's favorite, Anthony Weiner.
The Weiner is back, but he never went away. The Weiner's always been there. But
he did officially check into a rehab facility for treatment of cyber sex addiction. And the rehab center where Weiner is being treated apparently separates men and women. The program includes counseling for those addicted to cyber sex, exhibitionism, and addiction to anonymous sex and porn.
That pretty much covers it.
Pretty much covers it
for Mr. Weiner. But you know what? This is good news. I mean, we knew all along. We've been discussing some of the issues he has. He's getting help. He is in the right place. And it sounds like this place is tough love. They're doing all the right things. Men only, no electronic devices that he can be tempted to do. But my comment is that I'm concerned this behavior is, well, it's a addictive behavior, but it's also a form of OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. That is one of the most difficult things in psychology, to break that pattern.
Well, it's a chronic disease. Basically, your brain circuitry is rewired with this kind of addiction. So you have motivation, reward, and memory. So you have to break that cycle because it just becomes how your brain functions. Wait, I'm motivated to do something.
Dopamine release.
Yeah, exactly.
But I also want to be a little bit careful here because it is so easy for anyone in the public eye. He was caught sexting a 15-year-old. It's always easy to say, well, I'm just checking into a rehab. And I don't want to undermine sexual addiction at all. It is a real phenomena. But has he been in a treatment facility before?
I think he has, but for a very short time. So it didn't work out. This is my take on this, that I think he's in the right place, but I think it's going to be a very difficult journey for him to break this behavior that's sort of been ingrained for a while.
But I also worry, I worry when you're in the public eye, how much pressure you're feeling to do this as a PR spin, and if there's that element to it, how seriously you may take it, as opposed to someone who's out there and isn't in the public limelight and comes to a realization on their own, I have a problem. I worry that it may be either more difficult or maybe not as sincere if you're in the public eye and forced to do it because you were caught, if that makes sense.
That's a valid point. He had to, especially, and you mentioned the elections, his former wife, Uma Abedin, is Hillary Clinton's #1 aide.
Right.
So obviously, in the middle of this,
you'd think he'd be able to abstain in this particular moment from his addiction, but that's what addiction does. But I don't think we should excuse it. You were starting to say, like, kind of how reprehensible his behavior has been. This isn't just like run-of-the-mill sexting. I wouldn't actually know what run-of-the-mill sexting is.
Well, if you would like to know,
it's not.
Christy, I can help you out here. I have your cell phone number. I mean, strictly just so you can feel the sensation.
No, I want
if you
people
feel like
to know.
If you're missing out, Dr. Funk, just so you will learn.
No, I've learned by looking at some of the things that this man has done. Sexting a 15-year-old his junk and saying things that are so reprehensible and disgusting, like about her not being able to walk for a week, okay? Just think that through. So it's really sick. He sexted a picture of him laying in bed next to his 4-year-old son with his junk all bulging.
So we're happy that he's getting help, but again, I think there's also this acknowledgement that what he did is reprehensible. And the one thing that we wanted to talk about for people out there, some signs of sex addiction can include having multiple sex partners. And when we talk multiple sex partners, this can include anonymous partners, as I mentioned before. Unsafe sex, cyber sex, this frequent one-night stands that a lot of people will have. Prostitutes, and then also when it does start to affect your normal everyday life, which clearly in this scenario it did.
Well, and I think this whole issue of cyber sexting is only going to get worse. I mean, we see a trend, and it's too easy. Too many people are getting involved in it. You need to nip it in the bud. If you see it becoming a problem, especially a significant other, if you notice this behavior, you need to come forward and try to get them help.